For years, people thought of Iran, Israel, and the US conflict as a regional military crisis. But globalization has changed that. Missile strikes in one region, it can become a shipping delay somewhere else. A shipping delay can become a manufacturing problem. A manufacturing problem, it can become an earning problem. And an earning problem, it can become a jobs problem. But that's the chain. And one of the most important links in that particular chain, it is the Strait of Hormuz. Nearly one-fifth of global oil and gas flows through this particular region in normal condition. So when maritime traffic is disrupted, the consequences spread it that to far beyond West Asia. Tech companies are particularly exposed here. Companies such as Apple, Nvidia, Microsoft, and Google depend on global supply chain, servers, chips, memories, network equipments, specialized machinery, data center hardware, and all of it has to move. When shipping routes become risky, companies don't simply stop buying here. They reroute, and rerouting costs money. Cargo gets moved through the airports. Well, air travel becomes more expensive. Insurance premiums that rise too. Fuel could become more expensive, and suddenly a component that used to cost one amount, it costs significantly more to transport. Now think about the AI boom here. Big tech is already spending a lot of amount on data centers. AI infrastructure requires huge volume of chips, servers, and power. So if transportation costs rise at exactly the moment companies are massively expanding infrastructure, then CFOs face a difficult question. Absorb the cost or cut somewhere else. And one of the easiest places to cut is often the people who are buying it. Then hiring and then expansion. Eventually, the headcount. For an NRI professional in the US working on an H1B, L1, or O1, this matters. Why? Because when a company's margin comes under pressure, then immigration status does not automatically protect your role. A hardware team, a cloud infrastructure team, a logistics function, a tech expansion project, all of these could become very, very dangerous. They could come under additional scrutiny if the cost rise. And then there is the investment portfolio too. If your compensation includes RSUs or stock options, your wealth is tied to the company's performance. So a supply chain disruption, it does not automatically or necessarily have to result in a layoff to hurt you. The company's earning, it can disappoint. The stock can fall, your equity compensation can lose value. And at the very same time, a stronger US dollar can affect your cross-border finances. Well, for Indians in the US sending money home, maybe to India, a stronger dollar can mean more rupees per dollar. But the same currency movement can create problems elsewhere, specifically for people living in the Gulf or holding non-dollar asset. What should you watch? Well, wait. Your employer's exposure. Does the company depend heavily on hardware imports? Does it have major projects in the Gulf? Is it expanding data centers capacity? Well, is its supply chain concentrated in a few regions? And personally, don't underestimate liquidity. A geopolitical crisis is exactly where having a financial buffer it becomes valuable. Because the real danger isn't simply the market fall. It is that the market fall at the same time your job becomes uncertain.